Hi everyone, welcome back. We're here at East Coast Taekwondo again with another training tip for you. I'm Casey Mazereski. This is one of our black belt instructors, Josh Walker. Today we're going to go over a handgun defense, this time to the back. You'll remember a while back we did a handgun defense. Someone's got a gun and they're facing you to the front. This one's going to be to the back, so you get caught from behind. So Josh is going to have the gun to my back. Okay. Now, in real life, you want your hands to be wherever the height the gun is, and you'll feel it. And if you think someone's back there but you don't know for sure, honestly, you want to even back up into the gun a little bit so you can feel it and know where it is. Trust me, the gun will hurt you just as much here as it will here. So even though people might think that's counterintuitive, I, at least now, if I feel it, I know where it is, and that's a little bit of an advantage to me. My hands are up. This looks like I'm submitting to him. I got my hands up. Please don't shoot me. But I'm also in the position I want to be to defend myself. What you don't want to be is your hands way up like this. There's two reasons for that. One, I have no defensive options really way up here. I mean, there's some, but they're not as good as if my hands are here. Also, your hands are going to get tired here anyway and start sagging down. Just put your hands here, they're up where your adversary can see them, and now they can do you some good. Now, if you remember on our frontal handgun defense, we went over just a quick twist of the body and using your arm to block. It's going to be very similar this time. So I'm here, I'm going to step back. Now the only thing I have to remember is the same side. So I'm using my right, it's right hand and right leg. If I'm using my left, it's left hand, left leg. I'm going to go to the right, so I'm here. And, hey! Right away, see how his arm goes out of the way? Now, he's not going to stay here for long. And unlike the other scenario with the frontal attack, or a frontal gun defense, I'm not going to have as much control over the firearm as I would if I was in the front. So my hands are here. And I don't want to waste any more time. I've already, boom, I've gone here. First thing I want to do is start attacking right away. Palm heel to the face, punch, elbow. I can attack the arm like this if I have it. If I don't have it, if the way we spun means I can't grab his arm, I can start doing knee strikes, elbows, okay? But I want to overwhelm him with attacks to the point where he can't think about pulling that trigger again. He might have got one round off as I spun, but if you remember, just like with the frontal one, as I'm twisting like this, boom, I'm also narrowing myself. So I go from a target this wide to this wide. So as Grandmaster Mazereski, my father likes to say, telling our students here when they're sparring, think of a pizza box. You hold the pizza box this way, and it's a big wide target. You turn it sideways, and it's a thin target. He uses that analogy with our children's classes a lot. Same thing. I want to be the pizza box. I don't want to be square. I want to be on edge, because now I'm a smaller target, and this arm is pushing the line of that barrel off that small edge of a target I'm now presenting. So that's your first step, is you spin. So I'm here. Hey! You got to do it forcefully with everything you got. Commit 110%. From here, I honestly don't care what attacks you do as long as you start attacking like your life depends on it, because it does. So you can elbow, you can vertical elbow, you can come over to the head, you can knee, you can chop to the back of the neck, elbows to the back, to the spine, and Josh is going down. You're probably not going to be able to get control of that gun right away doing this. That's why a gun to the back is much more dangerous than a gun to the front. If you have the ability to, if someone's got you, if you can slowly turn around and face him, I would do that in real life first and talk to him, or if you're further back, hey man, what do you want? Okay, I'll get my wallet, whatever you need to do. Because now at least when you're going into that defense, if you remember, you're gaining control of the weapon right away. There are some who will say, as you spin around, Josh, as you spin around, you should try to trap the arm and do. I don't like doing stuff like that because if I come this way, as you can see, I'm trying to trap the arm. He still has that wrist free. He can, depending on the size of the weapon and his flexibility in his wrist, see he can still point that muzzle at me and get a shot off. I think you're safer batting that arm as far out as you can with as much force as you can, because there's always a chance you hit him so hard he drops the gun anyway just from that. But you're also getting the gun, that barrel, as far away from you as possible as you're attacking. Now, some other things why I like this particular move. Again, if there's all sorts of techniques out there from different styles, and I'm not saying one's good or bad, but under stress, when you only have a split second to react, it's better to have something that you can go to that works in more situations than having to, in your mind, quickly say, okay, is that his right hand or his left hand? Which way do I have to spin? Because really, it doesn't matter. If he's got it in his right hand, as I demonstrated several times before, using my right, it works. But if he's got it in his right hand and I use my left hand, hey! Hey! I can still go right away into attacks and see how his arm comes out. Now obviously he's going to want to bring it back in, but I'm already attacking him. And as it comes in, hopefully I have the wherewithal to see, okay, it's coming back in, grab it and keep attacking. Scissor hand, elbows, knife hands. Okay? If I get a hold of this arm, I can break it like this. Again, if you ever do any kind of maneuver like this in real life, this isn't a tap out game. I'm not going to try to hold him here. I'm not using my palm, I'm using my forearm, and I'm striking as hard as I can. And I want to come all the way up through to break that arm. I'm not holding back anything. I would break the arm if I got it in a situation like this. If he's got the gun to the back of my head, okay, just like in the front, all I would do is raise my hands up here. So my hands are at the same level of the gun. So this way I know as soon as I spin, hey! And out it goes out of his hand. And see, that wasn't even planned. So you go 110%, this is a very effective maneuver. I'm Casey Mazereski, this is Josh Walker. That's our training tip today at East Coast Taekwondo. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. Check us out on Facebook as well. Like us there at East Coast Taekwondo and East Coast TKD. If you have any comments, good or bad, please leave them below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're ever in the Bridgeport or the Fairfield, Connecticut area, which is right next door to Bridgeport and where our school used to be, come down and check us out. Thank you very much.